Alright, so we're sitting at the table here. Got the touchscreen in front of us. DM screen's back there. We can see the art up on this screen to show us where we're at and kind of help us picture the dank sewer that the players are in right now, with green slimy walls and dripping and dank smells. Got some creepy music going on. And here's our protagonist, Sampleton. He's a small goblin, and up ahead of him is an ogre. So all the players will share this big touch screen, but we can select the individual character sheets. There's just one right now, but Sampleton's pulls this up. We can see he has a speed of 30 feet. Each square is 5 feet, so he can move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the line indicates Sampleton wants to move there. So now back behind the DM screen, I have my personal control. This is showing me that Sampleton wants to move. So I can now go and accept his move. And he'll go scooting on up. And as you can see, the player has scooted up on the touchscreen. And he can now make his attack or try to pickpocket or steal or do whatever. So that's kind of how the interaction is going to work. Okay, so now if Sampleton wanted to make his an attack, that's kind of fun to be able to roll physical dice on the table. So I think I'll do that kind of in person so you can watch the dice fall and everybody can huddle around. But let's say Sampleton wanted to try to sneak past the ogre. That might be something that if you saw a 20 on the dice, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know I'm going to be able to get by. But that's not always the case when you're sneaking. You might think you're sneaky when you're actually being not. So here's an example of a feature. We can pull up Sampleton's character sheet here. We're going to make a stealth check. So we're going to grab this number right here, and we're going to drag it down here to the dice tower. And this is going to make a dice roll. So when I drop it here, we're going to see a dice pop up and fade, but we didn't see what it was. We just know that I rolled a stealth. However, over here, we see that Sampleton has actually rolled a 4 on his stealth check. Not very stealthy. So that can kind of add to the suspense of not, loading the dice, or different things can happen. If you insight check somebody, you won't necessarily know if they're lying if you roll low. You won't know if you rolled high or not. You'll just get an idea. Here's my DM station. So I have a couple screens that I sort of interact with. I got a control panel back here that can do like colors and sound volume and stuff. A mixer for my volume and sound effects. You got the DM screen, so I can walk you through some of those toys I have to play with. Okay, so at my DM station, I have mounted up on the wall there. There's a sound bar that's playing some music. That's actually playing a mix of both music and sound effects. So right now I'm playing an ominous sort of soundtrack, but I'll always keep different things. So say we're in like a bit lighter of a mood after a triumphant victory, a big battle. I might then play a different soundtrack. But then, maybe as you guys are celebrating your victory, a storm might start to brew. So I can have a storm begin to gather. And even a dramatic lightning bolt can strike. And accompanying the lightning bolt, a flash of lightning. So once we have like a good sound atmosphere going, we can set the scene before we're in a dark dungeon. But let's say we're in a bright garden. We might set some, bright yellow, kind of whitish lights, and down below, under the table, maybe like a kind of earthy green. Let's see. Yeah. So we can kind of create mixtures, or if it's of brimstone hell, we might want a dark red, very ominous, and red underneath. That can go a long way. And I guess kind of the last effect is the olfactory, what things smell like. So here I have scent oil that I'll burn with a tea candle, and we have different things like maybe in a in a rich noble's garden, it might smell of peonies. Or out on the road camping, you have a campfire, or even like a coconut scent if you're in some sort of tropical island. And I got a little couple more and just things I can mix in. And let us not forget, for when the dragon's breath floods the room,